Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hey!
Man, y'all are
John.
just rearing
Holy
and
smokes.
ready to ask these questions. We are 39% of the way through a level 4 hype train.
Thank you so much. Holy smokes. Like,
Yes.
the first one was like 1225. Like, wow.
Thank you
all so
all.
much.
We really appreciate that. Y'all are crazy. Have so many questions to ask. But before we can start getting to them, let's go over some of the rules so that we can have this be a smooth experience for everyone. First and foremost, we're going to give priority to the bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Sometimes at the end of stream, we will have time for highlighted questions, but now would not be the time to do it. I cannot scroll up and look at the highlighted messages, so maybe save those towards the end of stream. Please do not repeat the same thing over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're gonna keep doing it. That does also kind of include the bit messages because we do get behind. Obviously, we've been live for 5 minutes and already have a giant list of questions. I have a list. I will get to it. Do not worry. It's very rare that it does actually get skipped. Please watch the length of your questions. I'm already seeing some novellas going on here, everyone. The longer they are, the faster I have to read them, the more likely it's just going to get misunderstood. So shorter and to the point is always better. Please, no spoilers. I don't think there's anything huge that came out this week, but not everyone has had a chance yet to see Multiverse of Madness, so no, we are not talking about Multiverse of Madness spoilers yet. Sorry, I know some people really want to, but not quite yet. Also, please check to maybe see if someone else has asked the question that you were going to ask. I already see that at least 3 to 5 people have asked about the She-Hulk trailer. I just feel bad if you're like the 7th person to ask and we have to go, all right, we've already answered that, sorry, and then have to just move on. I think that's pretty much it.
Should we say at the beginning about the
Sure.
move?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about this at the end as well. But we have a new schedule starting in June. Thank you, King Croker. They already know the exclamation point new schedule. So starting June 1st, this Q&A stream is going to be on Wednesdays from 6 to 8. And then Tamra's stream is going to be on Thursdays. So next week, we still have a Thursday stream, but then the week after, June 1st, we will have a little shift in schedule just because Doug is getting some screeners for these Thursday nights.
Yeah, because we want to get the review show out, you know, as quickly as possible. And they're being released earlier and earlier, like 3 p.m. and stuff like that. So we're like, yeah, it just makes sense to switch it around.
Yeah.
And sadly, my schedule does not allow Wednesdays, so you're just gonna have to get Doug.
Yeah.
But well, once in a while, sure, you'll pop by, right? Once in a while, as a special guest star.
I'll drop by. In fact, I won't even let you know. You'll just hear, oh.
I'll just always keep the channel open, and every now and then we'll just hear.
Egon.
Every now and then we'll just hear the reverberating voice of garbage, 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 garbage.
Garbage day.
All right, well, let's get into these questions because holy cow, we're at level 5 of this hype train.
Holy shit.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
Every day.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 1,225 bits. We super appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy Thursday to you all. So since John Lovitz was brought up on Brave Little Toaster, what's your favorite appearance of his on The Simpsons? He slays me as the director in the streetcar episode.
That's the one. He's really funny as the critic too, but
I like him as the art teacher. You, another stroke. Whoa, one more. That's it. Perfect.
yeah.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I'm surprised that you did Freak Show Cinema of the Brave Little Toaster this week, which I honestly thought wasn't that creepy of a movie.
That's kind of my thought. But there's a handful of creepy scenes, and it got a lot of requests. And I had enough I could talk about with it. I like talking about in that format where I didn't have to go through and like make a joke on everything and stuff like that. So I think it worked out okay.
Yeah. Big Mac, thank you for the 100 bits. I tried uploading a video to YouTube yesterday, but it was immediately copyright claimed and blocked during the checking process because I used footage from a movie. I was wondering what you guys do to get around that.
Well,
sacrifice.
well, first of all, make sure that you can use it. If you're just posting, something from a movie and not doing like a review or anything like that, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. But it changes constantly. I mean, I think the last timestamp we had that was like the amount of footage you can use was like 6 seconds, which I think it went from, anywhere between like 15 to 14. They keep dwindling it down, and now it's 6. They're like, oh yeah, you can claim something for 6 seconds. So I mean, I don't know how we're going to work with that. We're just going to do our best. But if you really feel like you're in the right as well, like if that's under fair use and everything, I mean, you can fight it and see where it goes. But yeah, that's advice I can give, I guess.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, it was great finally seeing you review the Rugrats movie 2 weeks ago, but I was disappointed that you didn't do a single Powerpuff Girls joke because Tommy and Dill Pickles had the voices behind Buttercup and Bubbles. A Frozen joke would have been nice too, since I refer to Tommy and Dill as the Anna and Elsa of brothers. Your NC review of the Rugrats movie was okay, just not what I expected.
Oh, you want to write for us?
Well, also, I don't think anyone was expecting Star Wars references either. So sometimes that's part of the fun.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Alec Baldwin kids movie is the worst? Boss Baby, Cat in the Hat, or Thomas and the Magic Railroad?
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat.
It doesn't matter what the rest of them were. It's Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. I finally rewatched Gremlins 2 for the first time in years the other week. God, it's so stupid and technically pretty flawed, but god damn is it fun. What are your guys' favorite highlights?
I love that whole movie to death. Christopher Lee just as the evil mad scientist. He's like, I need diseases.
Yeah, I'm like blank. Glover as Mr. Clamp. Just any scene with him is so wonderful. I thought he really brought a great energy to it.
Little suction cups and it hanging in every car window.
Dexter Age, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, do you think that nostalgic feelings can override the facts about a bad movie? For example, when I was a child, I've watched movies like Burton's Planet of the Apes, Lost in Space, and even Battlefield Earth, and although I know they're not good movies, I still rewatch them sometimes because I have a soft spot for them in my heart. What do you think?
Oh yeah, those are like guilty pleasures.
All the time.
And we have a ton of them.
I found a bizarre nostalgia for The Phantom Menace, and I'm like, this movie's terrible, but like, there's a certain nostalgia. I'm just like, I remember 1999. I was in college, and I kind of remember those days, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this movie for that.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello to the awesome trio of these fun Thursday streams. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you. Dexter Rage, thank you for the 50 bits. No message, just bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. Yes, Doug's gonna fight him off. A 7-nation army couldn't hold him back. It was all capitals, so I didn't want to scream it, but that's it. It was just Doug in the 7-nation army song.
Cool.
Hewlett Band, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, you visually memorable people. Great to see you again. Just curious, would you like Harry Potter more if it was digested by Tim Burton or another great horror director?
I'm assuming that was directed, but
they got enough horror in them already, honestly. I actually would have, and it's weird because I usually like that stuff a lot more, but I think it just took over too much from where it started. If it started off like that, maybe, but it started off pretty bright and colorful with like a dark edge, and then the edge just became like the whole knife. You know what I mean? It became kind of boring for me.
It was just visually dark and uninteresting. It's monochromatic is the problem with it.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes it led to some cool stuff. Like I said, I don't dislike those movies. They just never really grab me.
Small Movie Worlds, thank you for the 420 bits. Favorite Monty Python sketch from Flying Circus? The Argument Clinic always kills me. The self-defense against fruit is a close second, though.
Those are good. I like.
Okay. The Dead Parrot, the Cheese Shop, and the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Ooh,
I really like the one. I like the one with the Hollywood producers, all the yes men, because A, they're doing American accents, which is hilarious. B, all of them are in it, which is great. And C, I just love seeing all those people just scramble for what the hell does this guy want, and they're trying everything in their power, and anyone that gets it wrong loses like their livelihood, and I just love seeing them sweat.
There was another really funny one too about how somebody invented the world's most deadly joke. It was so funny it killed people, and how like they were using it in war, and the Geneva Convention banned it, and that one always made me laugh.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, you heard about Pixar's next film after Lightyear, Elemental. It sounds like it might be Pixar's first ever romantic comedy.
No,
I saw an article about it, but I didn't fully read it yet. We're definitely talking about it on Awesome Comics on Saturday, but I didn't fully read the article yet.
Okay. I bet it's gonna be about the elements. Okay. You know what? Sure. Why not? I'm thinking like Soul and Inside Out and everything. It's just like, sure. Let's try it. Let's give it a go.
Why not? Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. Which Jim Carrey moment in Sonic 2 would you say made you laugh the hardest? For me, I really liked it when he said first Green Hills, then the universe, then the multiverse, then who knows? Maybe that'll be enough.
I have two. When the first time he said, what was it? In this Portobello Purgatory. It was it was an actually legit funny line, and the way he delivered it was great. But my favorite is just when he goes on the windshield and is like, just like trying to bite in. It was it was so insane.
I love him building up Knuckles, and then when Sonic goes to punch him, the way he reveals him like that. I mean,
that reveal.
To me, that's what made that character so fun, because he's getting his revenge, and it's justified, and so like all that anger is like directed in such a joyful way, and I thought he was very funny in it.
Everything about that movie was so much better than the first one.
WWE and Anime Rules, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, I know you reviewed the Where's the Beef commercial in one of the specials and wondered if would you think of Wendy's trying to redo it with Where's the Bacon?
I don't know, but actually, I never have reviewed that. Maybe I should. Thanks for the reminder.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Ghost Dad or Haunted Mansion? Which one is more insufferable?
Ghost Dad. Haunted Mansion's just dumb. Ghost Dad, I guess now for a variety of reasons, is very uncomfortable.
new reasons, new shit that came.
But even before the new shit, it was just an uncomfortable movie. It was just so awkward.
Dexter Rage, thank you for the 50 bits. Guys, what do you think about Stallone's Cobra? It's over the top and goofy as hell, but I can't help it. I love it. Childhood classic. Maybe a critic review? Keep up the good work. Love y'all.
I have to remind myself which one. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fun. I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember it being a ton of fun, though. Yeah, I gotta see it again. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it again and let you know.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 25-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. George Miller is back in the director's chair, but it's not with Mad Max. It'll instead be with the film called 3,000 Years of Longing, starring Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for the Yeah, I saw just the trailer for the trailer, and I usually don't care about those at all, but that one looked pretty good, so I'm excited to see the trailer.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Sup, guys? I actually made it this time. First question, have you seen the She-Hulk trailer? Hope they fix the CG before it airs.
Yeah, the Hulk CG has never looked that great, has it?
No.
But okay, what's so weird with this one, because I don't know anything about She-Hulk, but at least in this, it just looks like it's a taller, bigger version of the woman, so why didn't they just force perspect? Just slap some green makeup on her, CG green skin, and like, go from there. Just make a bigger Gamora, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get why they have to put the CG stuff on her. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I thought it looked okay. I heard something
you all
about...
can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, somebody was asking if I was muted. I was like, nah.
No, there's one point where I think you cut in when you're doing that windshield thing. But I heard something about a superhero lawyer, which I know she's a lawyer and a superhero, but I like the idea of more of her representing superheroes. I hope that's part of it. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, aside from that, that looked all right.
Yeah, well, I'm still willing to give it a chance, but I do think that's unfinished CGI because it's not coming out until August.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, But again, I can't think of one time where the Hulk CGI has ever looked good.
How dare
like
you?
in
No,
anything.
just kidding.
I mean, I've just never seen it. You know, at
The
the most, it looks
shade.
passable.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. So, fun fact I learned listening to the Rewatchables movie podcast, Steven Dorff was initially offered the role of Jack in Titanic, which he declined, and he honestly thought DiCaprio's career would peak too fast and go downhill after that. I'm guessing he doesn't invest in the stock market.
Well, I mean,
Steven Dorff was gonna be Jack.
that would have been pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. I would have.
I can't tell if that would have made the movie like 1,000 times better or just as bad.
I would have dug that a lot. He would have made a lot of those lines sound pretty badass. I like DiCaprio. I like him fine now, and honestly, he's okay in the movie. But we always had the same problem. He just looked too young for too long.
He always looked like he was trick or treating, whatever role he was.
Yeah, but yeah, and I think he's a good actor. I don't think he's a great actor. But I do think he's good.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Since they were the debut superhero shows for each streaming service, which show do you like more, Peacemaker or WandaVision? I asked this since you guys mentioned that you weren't really big fans of either.
Oh, Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, I like Peacemaker.
I liked Peacemaker.
I just didn't love it.
I didn't like WandaVision.
I was feeling the James Gunn formula by that one, but it's still good. It's still a good formula.
Empire fan, thank you for the 100 bits. How do you guys feel about Thor: Love and Thunder and the return of your favorite Natalie Portman?
We'll
I'm
see
all
what
for
they do.
Thor:
with
Love
it.
and Thunder, but I'm not. You know what bugs me is like clearly I don't think Natalie Portman gave a shit about the first two movies, and now she's like, oh, I'm gonna be a superhero, and she was kind of like dumping on the earlier films and stuff. I'm like, well, you should still give 100%, you know. And I never felt she was in those two movies.
Yeah, Gary
so I
Oldman,
don't-
we found out, hated Fifth Element, but man, he acted his ass
Yeah,
off.
Gary Oldman turns out like he did that movie as a favor to Luc Besson, and like they asked him, it's like, did you see the movie? What'd you think? He's like, oh, I can't stand it, but you know, he was a really good friend to me. So and like his performance is amazing. So
I'll say
yeah.
this: if this doesn't make her interesting, nothing will.
That's
and
true.
Honestly, I think the movie looks good. Honestly, I kind of like the
Yeah.
idea of him
But
like
I'm not
easy and soul searching.
yeah, I'm not excited for her. I'm excited for everything else.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, how do you feel knowing that the Chippendale movie has a certified fresh 81% on Rotten Tomatoes? Also, do you plan on reviewing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it tomorrow and do an Untitled review show on that. I'm excited to know that, honestly. As long as people know going in, it looks like that it is a parody. It's not actually Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. You know what I mean? It sounds like it's gonna be good. It'll be interesting to see if they can combine like really good comedy with like some legit heart to it as well, because it'll be. I'm curious to see if they go the route I think they're gonna go, which is kind of like the Hollywood has-been story and coming to grips with that. If so, I think that actually would be kind of interesting in its own bizarre way.
Big Mac, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your least favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop?
Oh,
It'd have to be one like I don't even think about, like is really boring. Oh no, you know what? I know the exact one. Because this is like me with most animes. The first one. I don't usually like the first episode of animes because they
I
drag
like
you
the
right
first
in the
episode
middle.
of Cowboy
the first
Bebop.
one's okay. It is a little weak compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah,
There's
it didn't
a
suck
lot of
me.
there's
It's
like
not
a lot
bad.
of the
it's
middle
just my least
ones
favorite.
that don't. The trucker one,
like
I
the
kind of
trucker one.
fast forward that. The one where I think I like the fact they had the Blues Brothers in it, but the Feng Shui one with Jet
Hmm.
and the girl trying. But I mean, there's
I
no
like that one too.
bad episode. It's just ones that
Yeah, it's
just
least
slightly
favorite.
more boring to me.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you do an impression of Abe Vigoda's agent selling him on the movie Good Burger?
Oh, I think we did that in Good Burger, didn't we? Just come on, you get to wear the little hat and everything. Can't do it, Abe.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your opinion on the trailer for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law?
I think it looks
I
okay.
didn't see it yet. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I wasn't too distracted by the bad CG because I think the CGs always look pretty bad on the Hulk. But yeah, I think it make more sense if you just literally made her bigger. I don't get why you have to CG her bigger.
Excuse me. Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Another fun fact via rewatchables. In the original draft of Face Off, Stallone and Schwarzenegger were originally considered, and there was also meant to be set in the future to make text seem more plausible. I feel like they wouldn't have worked with the film's concept. Cage and Travolta seemed tailor-made and perfect fit for it.
I could see it'd just be a different movie. But I could see that working. I think that'd be fun.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, and if so, thoughts?
Not yet.
I
Nah,
gotta see that.
I think I'm gonna have to, because I do want to see that Men horror film too. So I'm probably gonna see that this weekend. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to rent that one when it comes out because people are like have such extreme thoughts on it. I mean, most people like it, but the ones that don't like are really annoyed by it. So I'm curious what's in there.
It looks up my alley, so
Yeah,
Same.
It looks up mine too. Yeah.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Will we ever get another NC Jontron crossover?
We haven't talked in a long time. I think the last thing he asked about, he was
probably
reviewing.
too small right for him now.
Yeah, that too. Well, even back then we kind of were. But I think it was he was looking for a copy of the animated Titanic. He's like, "Where'd you get there? Do you have a copy?" I'm like, "No, I eBayed it." I look it up. It's like impossible to find now. And if anyone that watches his stuff, you remember how long ago that was. So yeah, I think that's the last time I talked to him.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I found your next Stephen King review for Nostalgiaween, the latest remake of Firestarter.
I hear it's bad.
Brad
Yeah.
did not like it.
Most people didn't
Gave
like
it a D, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really bad. I'll probably check it out.
Along Came Sonic, thank you for the 50 bits. What are both of your thoughts on the Learning with Pibby that might be coming on Adult Swim? And are you going to see Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie tomorrow on Disney+.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! You'll
I'm
see
gonna
a full
check it
review of that coming out, and that's the that's one where she goes in between. Or is it a different one?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking. Yeah, okay, this is the one where she goes in between the cartoon shows and stuff. I still haven't seen it, and I want to because it really looked like fun. But I haven't had a chance yet.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I know a good film made by Ivan Reitman that doesn't have that much reputation, Draft Day. It's a really goddamn good movie.
Draft Day? I haven't even heard of that
Draft
one.
Day, yep.
Draft Day. Wait, let me see. That's ringing
I
a
haven't
bell.
heard of that either. Is that like?
Wow, this was like
Some
later.
secret
Like,
stripes?
wait, unless we're talking about the Kevin Costner movie.
They said it was made by Evan, and I'm probably saying it wrong. Reitman?
Ivan
R-E-
Reitman.
Yeah, no,
Ivan
Ivan Reitman. Yeah. But was it a because like yeah, it's got Kevin Costner here. That's the only one I'm seeing, so I guess that's it.
Don't remember this.
But I will. Yeah, 2014. I will try. Yeah, Dragonbite. How about that? Okay, I'll try to check it out.
Platinum Simmer, thank you for the 100 bits. No message, just the bits. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Tulip Band, thank you for the 50 bits. Hope you have a happy 520 tomorrow, Doug. Smoke crack every week. Also, are there any movies that you think are really improved being drunk or high?
Lots. Let's go with all of them. No.
And we will smoke a lot of crack, by the way. Winners do not do drugs.
Man, all the ones you would think, like Big Lebowski, a lot of animated ones, you know, like Dumbo or any trippy ones. Ren and Stimpy's great. I mean, but this is stuff I love anyway, so there's not much where it's like, oh, that changes it, that makes it good. It's like, no, I already kind of liked them anyway, because my mind's already kind of high, I guess.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, how do you feel knowing that Tom Cruise has received the Palme d'Or?
Yeah, it's something
Sorry.
Palme d'Or. I can't say it either. I
Palme
think it's a
d'Or?
Cannes Film thing.
Okay.
It's stupid can award.
Yeah, right? Isn't that Cannes?
I'm assuming
sorry,
because
Cannes,
d'or
or is
means
it
of gold in
cans?
French.
What do you get it for? I haven't even heard of this. I'll look it up and let you know.
The French love Tom Cruise. That's all you need to know.
The Stream Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite SpongeBob episode?
I haven't seen
mean,
enough.
I was gonna say I haven't seen them all. I kind of. It's funny. I don't remember episodes as much as scenes. I think the one where Sandy's feeling.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, like
That's what
that.
I
I
always
think the
remembered.
one where Sandy's feeling homesick, and again, I don't even remember what leads to everything, but just one scene where like she ropes Patrick while they're running away and brings him back, SpongeBob, and you just see a kaboom, this giant mushroom cloud. And it's like, what happened back there? I also love when he's going to get his wallet, he throws a little rainbow, goes, follow me, and it's just a little jump, and he opens up the wallet. That really made me laugh. Oh, it's an honorary Palme d'Or that Tom Cruise got. Neat. I don't even know who got before, so or what got.
Winner
before,
for biggest spaz to come out of Hollywood.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, could we get a clue to next week's Nostalgia Critic?
What is next week? Shit, I'm blanking. What is the next one? Oh, Huckleberry.
Ah, yes. Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Don't think I've heard you guys ever talk much about him, so might as well ask, your favorite Denzel Washington performance? Fences is my go-to, but Training Day is a very close second.
I gotta see Fences. I hear it's so good.
Training Day is really good. That would probably be my favorite.
I really, it's fine. I don't remember the movie as a whole. Maybe it was okay. I can't remember, but I remember Denzel being really good in Glory. Like he was really, really good.
It's really good in Glory. It's the movie's not that great. Crimson Tide, he's really good in too.
Malcolm X, clearly he's great.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Thank you, Doug and crew, for the wonderful review. Didn't know that fire rescue clowns was my new fetish.
Glad we could help.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What are some of your favorite movie theme songs? Some of mine are, of course, Star Wars, Mission Impossible, Indiana Jones, and Jurassic Park.
Oh, man. Batman. Like every Batman theme, I think.
Batman, Spider-Man, Star Wars is really good.
Yeah, a lot of Elfman stuff. The theme to the mission.
A lot of
is really
Zimmer
amazing.
stuff is really good.
Yeah, the
Lion
Transformers
King,
soundtrack is great. Both the animated one and the Shia LaBeouf one, yeah.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Ever thought of doing an NC on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
I don't know what I'd be able to add to it. I don't think it. I like
that
it.
movie.
It's good. But I don't think I could add much that's like, whoa, this is really different and unique.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I know you're strongly familiar with the show Freakazoid, but did you know that the voice actor behind Freakazoid's alter ego, Dexter, would go on to voice another cartoon teenage superhero known as Danny Phantom in the show of the same name?
Oh, no, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Have you ever seen the Rocky Horror sequel, Shock Treatment? I did recently, but a couple of positives aside, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I saw it once, like eons ago, and it didn't do much for me.
I keep forgetting it exists, so
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen it.
Danny R., thank you for the 50 bits. Have you guys seen the post-COVID South Park? I bet Butters as an NFT salesman was hilarious. Oh, I thought.
I've seen.
Sorry.
Butters.
I've seen clips, and I thought it was very, very funny for what I saw. One of these days, I'll sit down and watch it because it's probably on HBO Max. So yeah, I should sit down and watch the whole thing because the clips I saw were really, really funny.
Pokemon Heroes, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, what do you believe led to the downfall of 2D films in America? Many people point to the late 90s to early 2000s where cartoons were greenlit for theatrical debuts like Doug's First Movie, Rugrats Movie, Teacher's Pet the Movie, Hey Arnold the Movie, and how those films are associated with low quality considering those 2D films bombed during that time period.
I'm sure it didn't help, but I don't think that was it.
I don't think that was it. Disney started putting out low quality shit as part of it.
Well, they put out low quality CG shit too. I think a lot of it is people like 3D more because it looks more realistic, and I think they do still associate hand drawn with kid stuff, no matter how far it's come. And I also think CG's probably cheaper to make because once you make that model and the textures and everything, that's it. You just move it around and wait for it to render. You know, with drawings, you have to draw it every single time. Even that new Chip and Dale movie, that's not hand drawn. That's CG with lines over it because it's easier and faster.
I think if you look at what Pixar was
notice.
doing, if you look at what Pixar was putting out versus what the Disney studio was putting out at the time, there was just a huge difference in quality. I also think Eisner, with his whole obsession with direct-to-DVD sequels and stuff, I think that had a bigger impact versus something like Doug's First Movie or, the Nickelodeon films. Because looking at the Nickelodeon film, well, this isn't going to be Disney quality. when Disney puts out something and it's, Home on the Range or something, it's a way different story.
Mm-hmm. The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite commercial you've ever reviewed for the commercial special?
Man,
probably all of those. The PSAs always kill me.
Yeah, well,
The milk. I love the milk one just because the sketch we wrote around it, where the sister becomes completely psychotic.
I really like the laser tag one. Oh, Hawk Rookie. I love that one.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever review Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves or Jackie Chan's Around the World in 80 Days for Disneycember?
I think
I'm told
one
the Jackie
of those
Chan one's
on
pretty
the
bad.
list.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I hear Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was pretty bad too, which is a shame. I thought that was a funny idea. Like, they shrink themselves and the kids do all this bad stuff, and it's like, you're gonna be so grounded. Like, I thought that was kind of cute, but apparently
I Blew Up
that's
the Baby
like a
wasn't
joke.
good either. So.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Aside from Hamlet and Titus, any other Shakespeare movies you'd highly recommend?
10 Things I Hate About You.
I was gonna say that, Rob!
I did that just to annoy Doug.
God, I'd have to go. I mean, I never did see Richard III. It's supposed to be fantastic.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any Laurence Olivier stuff is gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Henry V is supposed to be great too. That's another one I haven't seen though. I'm sure there are. I'd have to look them
If you
up.
want the greatest problematic one, the Taming of the Shrew is amazing.
Yeah, I think I'd have to look up more before I could recommend more.
Danny R, thank you for the 79 bits. Heather, you are the world's most serious person. Why so serious? I mean, I'm just trying to keep this train rolling, man.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet, wonderful Shakespeare. I mean, just absolutely.
Christ, Doug.
Lion King as well.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Hey everyone, also Doug, thank you for reviewing one of my favorite 80s animated movies yesterday. I loved it as a kid and still now. Will you complete the trilogy and review the sequel for Disneycember this year or next? The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue?
Yeah, I guess I should. Just to see, the Mars one was bizarrely fun. So yeah, I actually wouldn't mind checking out that second one.
Selmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Been binging some old NC and I just rewatched the Patch Adams video. It is one of the best episodes and yeah, that movie is horrible.
I thought it was horrible even before I knew the true story. But yeah, knowing the true story and seeing what the dude is like, it's like, oh man, like this is kind of a shame. But it was a hit, so maybe it got a lot of people looking at him. I don't know.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Will we ever get the R-rated Batman movie we need? If we're going to do dark and gritty again, it'd be better if it was pushed to the limit and an R rating would open up and a world of possibilities for adult Batman like what we had with Joker.
I don't want to see an R-rated Batman. I know you could do it and it'd be okay, but it's like just sucking out the entire comic book element. I like getting away with stuff. That's one of the things I like about Batman.
And this is what I like both the Batman and the 89 Batman, in particular Batman Returns, are almost a soft R, like particularly Batman Returns and the Batman, like, and I feel like that was just exactly what I needed. It's like, you don't need it to be that much more violent or gory. Like, those were very adult, dark movies, and it was fine as it was.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I'm still Antari37. I just changed my username, hopefully for the last time. Just so you know, you haven't lost any weekly viewers.
Oh, good to know.
WWE, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of Wendy's trying to recreate the Where's the Beef commercial with Where's the Bacon?
I haven't seen it yet. Someone else brought that up, and I haven't noticed. I'll try to check it out.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Weirdest negative feedback / comment you've had for an NC. I'm talking on the same level as people complaining about the color of the wall. That kind of oddness.
I don't know. It seems like they've been much more in the past. Like, I want to say like 5-6 years ago, we got more of that. I did get a death threat for not liking the Adventure Time episode. I feel like in the early days we got much
death
more
threats every Tuesday for us.
Yeah.
So.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. After the She-Hulk trailer, Marvel/Disney has no excuse to have her look unpolished. Those who made the trailer see exactly what we see. Why in the world would the studio put out a product with at least a disclaimer saying it's not yet finished? Video games do it all the time.
I'll tell you why. Probably because they're trying to see if they can get away with it. That's exactly what happened with Sonic. And when Sonic, they realized, oh shit, this is not going to fly. That's when they went back and did a redesign. So we'll see what happens.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite Hans Zimmer score? I stand by this. Lion King is his best score. I could listen to the Stampede scene, Simba versus Scar, and Simba walking to the top of Pride Rock all day.
I mean,
Lion King,
League of Their Own's really good.
I was gonna say that I think that may have been the same year, but League of Their Own was really good. And I really liked it's not a score in the classical sense, but like Dunkirk, a lot of that was like Zimmer. Like he just paired all that sound really well with what was on screen.
I also have a soft spot for Dark Knight with the Joker theme, and then
Hannibal is the best thing about it.
Yeah, Hannibal has a great score, and yeah, I do love the Transformers score. I love it. I think it's great.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Thoughts on multiverses? Pretty excited to see what other WB characters are added to the game.
Oh,
the WB Smash Bros clone, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's a fun idea. Like, why not?
Yeah, me too.
We got Super Smash Brothers, may as well.
I just love that they have some of the voice actors coming back too. Like the trailer, I think people got really hyped for the trailer because if you open a trailer with Kevin Conroy's Batman, you're gonna get people on board. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing else to say.
Somebody mentioned Prince of Egypt. Doug, that's another one we should have mentioned for Hans Zimmer.
For Hans Zimmer, yeah, that is really good.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug said you now know that the Sith holocrons, those red glowing little pyramids, are 4 from the Rebels Season 2 finale. Actually, they have been a thing since the 90s in Legends, more specifically from the Dark Empire series, where, laugh here, Emperor Palpatine returns for the grave with a fleet of superpower weapons.
Cool. I did not know that, but now I do. Thank you.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, how far are you into Star Wars Rebels and your thoughts so far on the last season?
I just finished it, and I did like it. I thought that was a good finale.
Okay, so do you think I was right that if they had pulled the same thing with Anakin that they did in the final episode with Ezra in Revenge of the Sith, maybe that whole scene would have played better?
I think we'd have to meet up and talk. I'm not entirely sure of the connection there. But something you did mention, I'm like, yeah, okay, Thrawn wasn't winning me over. I thought he was okay, but he's not like one of the great Star Wars villains at that point. But that last episode, I'm like, all right, this is the Thrawn I wanted, man. This is like the evil, you scoundrel, kind of guy.
They saved up on Thrawn, and like at the end, I was like, I loved Thrawn in those last few episodes.
Yeah, they did him well. And it's funny because the series, sometimes it loses me, sometimes it brings me back, but by the end, it's not a cliffhanger, but there is something open that they can continue, and I do want to see where they go with it. And I'm like, okay, the show is really doing something right when I'm like, I do want more. I want to see what happens, kind of thing.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Questionable casting choices totally surpassed your expectations when you saw them in action.
Heath
Ledger.
Affleck. Ledger.
Heath Ledger, really like Michael Keaton.
It's just all going to be Batman because Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson was a really good Batman.
I had a feeling he'd be good. I did not know he would be that good to where he could just not even like say a word, have almost no expression, yet you know what he's thinking. You know what he's trying to get across.
Staying with Batman outside of Alfred Gough, who I even back then thought was perfectly cast. All of the Alfreds would not be my first choice, and then whenever I watch them, I'm like, oh, they're all amazing.
Platinum Simmer, thank you for the 100 bits. No message, just bits. Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Since I resaw Free Guy today, I'm wondering if you've seen 13th Floor. Kind of reminds me of Free Guy, but that might just be me.
No, I think I heard it's good, but I never have seen it.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you like better, Yo Yogi or a pup named Scooby-Doo?
Yo Yogi, holy shit. I thought about that in
Oh
forever,
my god.
Man. You remember that? Holy shit.
Anybody remember the Flintstone Kids? That's another one.
I remember Pup Named Scooby Doo had some funny stuff. I like how
I like the constant red herring joke.
Yeah, and I like Fred never found a clue. Like
Yeah.
he literally never got a clue. I thought that was kind of funny.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Movies that are not horror but still get you scared or put a knot in your stomach in some fashion. Whiplash has me in an anxious wreck half the time.
The last 20 minutes of Goodfellas always just makes me a nervous wreck when he's like trying to get rid of the drugs and he's like, there's that damn copper again chasing me. Like the paranoia of that, I think, is amazing.
Is Rob breaking up a little bit for you too?
Yeah,
Heather, or is
yeah.
that me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, might be like a battery in your microphone.
Might be
or
my
something
internet.
Like
Yeah, I think it's based off the stuttering. It might just be your internet, which there's nothing
Oh, gotcha.
anyone can do to fix that.
Okay, gotcha. For me, I just saw a miniseries called Candy. That's based on a true story. My wife was watching it, and she got me into it too. And it's very good, but it's just miserable. It's one of the most miserable things I've ever seen. And it's one of those where it's like there are some funny moments, and you legit don't want to laugh. I mean, it's like just such a sick, uncomfortable series, but that's the idea. It's very well done. It's kind of told backwards, and by the end, you don't know if it's a happy ending or a sad ending, or I mean, it's not either. It's just like, well, and this happened. Take with that what you will, and it just captures this perfect, uncomfortable, terrible tone, like from beginning to end. That just kind of stuck with me a little bit. I'm really going up and down here, aren't I?
With, Rob's flashing in and out.
Can you guys hear me at least?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I completely just blinked out. I don't know what happened here.
Okay. All right, well, hey, if you just need to
I'll try to fix it, but you might get Ghost Rob now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the internet.
Yeah. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Many people have thrown Keanu Reeves and Robert Pattinson into the ring for Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic 3. However, I would like to throw my hat in the ring. My guess for Shadow the Hedgehog? Tom Cruise.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah. I don't know much about Shadow. I mean, I know he's from the game. I know it's kind of like the werewolf one, right? I think.
Werewolf? Sorry, I said yes without processing what you said.
Oh, isn't there one where he becomes like a werehog or something? I don't know. I thought that was a game, but or he has some connection to it. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Shadow the Hedgehog is the one that's black with the red, black and red coloring.
But I know what he looks like, but there's nothing about him like transforming at all. I think I'm confusing Sonic stories.
Okay.
So I know nothing about Shadow the Hedgehog. So I am not the person.
Glad we cleared that up.
Someone did say, and I can't get over this idea now. Just do Jaleel White since he did Sonic, but like make it like just a darker version of it. I'm like, that's actually amazing.
I think that'd be a brilliant idea.
Did I do that?
Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. I came across a DVD for Garbage Pail Kids in a used media store recently. Had the urge to buy it so I could send it back to hell where it belongs.
It's Adam West's favorite movie.
WWE, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of the Rescue Rangers and Bob's Burgers trailers? Will you eventually review one or both of them?
Yeah, I'll do Rescue Rangers tomorrow. Bob's Burgers I might just do for Disney December because it's coming out the same weekend as Top Gun, which is like, that really pisses me off because I do want to see both of them. But
I'm seeing Top Gun over Bob's Burgers. Are you kidding me?
I mean, honestly, I kind of want to see Bob's Burgers more, but I think more people want to know what I think of Top Gun.
What?
So I love Bob's Burgers. I'm sorry, I really
anti-patriot.
I'm sure Top Gun's gonna be great. But yeah, I really want to see Bob's Burgers because I mean I've seen like every episode of Bob's Burgers. I want to see the movie.
I love Bob's Burgers too, but it's Top Gun. Like seeing this like coming to IMAX and like.
I'm thinking the other way around and like, yeah, I like Top Gun, but it's Bob's Burgers.
What, did your balls fall off all of a sudden?
Danny Hart, thank you for the 50 bits. What is a performance some had in a movie that you would say was way too good of a performance for that script?
What's funny is I feel like that happens a lot, and I'm trying to think of an example.
Maybe in Thomas and the Railroad. What was it? Henry Fonda, was that the one that was just like acting his heart out for this train? I
Yeah.
let you down. I failed you. Well, Alec Baldwin, everyone's like, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And he's just in this cave, just like, I don't know what I did. He was given 1,000,000% on that. He did not need to.
PCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, WB is making their own Smash Bros. Clone called Multiverses, where you can play as Ultra Instinct Shaggy and you can team up with Superman with the Iron Giant. Thoughts?
Oh, I
Yeah,
think that's been around for a while.
love the
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, I think it's awesome.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of the YouTuber, the mysterious Mr. Enter? Do you watch his videos?
Sounds
I've
familiar.
Not seen.
I think I've seen it like recommended, but I can't remember if I've seen a video. I feel like I've seen this icon, the shadow again, but I don't think I've seen a video. I'm sorry.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. How's Buster doing? Free from the cone of shame yet?
No, not yet. Not until Monday, and he keeps getting it off too. Yeah, no. Even at the vet after the surgery, like he got off like 2 or 3 times, and she was like, just do your best. I'm like, thanks. But yeah, no, he's healing. He's much better than this little asshole right here. This guy's just been complaining the whole time, where Buster's like healing up and he's trying to move and everything. He's very quiet and he'll rub up against us and purr and everything. Chaplain's like, a door is closed. Oh my God. I mean, just
He misses
whole
his
time.
friend, you
I don't think
asshole.
that's it, man. I think he's just like, no, because he's not like waiting outside the door to see Buster. He's more just like when he sees a door closed, he's like, it should be open. Oh my God. He's such a
You
little
don't
shit.
shut doors on me.
Yeah. No,
In
he's
my
been
house.
a little, this is the quietest he's been all week.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Disney villain do you think has the worst and most deserved death for how evil they were? For me, it's gotta be Scar. His death is pretty damn gruesome, being ripped apart by his own followers.
Oh, I like Frollo. Like, he just knows.
Frollo's pretty good.
Oh, hell is real, and I'm
Oh,
going there.
The one I don't remember his name, but Tarzan. That was brutal.
Oh,
I also love-
Clayton?
Yeah. In Snow White, that I just saw the ending of that again. I
Oh
love.
yeah. Ah!
Yeah, she's gonna get the boulder out. The lightning strikes her. She falls over, and then the boulder falls right.
Yeah,
That is so
That was
perfect.
another great one.
Oh, so great.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you checked out Making Fiends on YouTube yet? I think it would make a good freak show cinema that definitely deserves more attention.
Not yet. I have it written down, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Would we see Betty Ross in She-Hulk series? And will they address why Bruce ignored her for Black Widow? We're just gonna have to wait and see. There's some interesting theories
Yeah.
too about like when this is set, because if you look in the trailer, Bruce's arm like is okay. So like, is it set in a different, like, I don't know. There's questions. We'll see.
Oh my God, is this Oh wait, Elizabeth Ross? Oh, or is that someone else?
Betty Ross.
Is this this red winged lady, or is that something else? There's this cool picture of, like, this red winged
I'm
lady
not-
like attacking the Hulk. It looks like a demon or something.
Too terribly familiar with the Hulk, so.
Okay, it says Elizabeth Ross. I don't know if that's the same. But yeah, looks cool.
Travoldus Quest, thank you for the 170 bits. Wait, Hype Train? Yes, welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, a while ago, but yes.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for all three of you. Which animal sidekick in a James Gunn property do you like more, Sebastian or Eagly?
Am I
I
blanking
love
on some-
Eagly.
Why am I blanking on
Sebastian is the
Sebastian?
rat, isn't he? The rat and rat.
Oh, right. I think it's gotta
Eagly.
be Eagly. Yeah.
Gotta be Eagly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him for one.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Which movie is more ear-bleedingly annoying, Felix the Cat or The Magic Voyage?
I guess Magic Voyage, but it is,
Yeah.
I'd argue, more fascinatingly bad. Like, it's like, why these choices? This is so weird.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. What are everyone's thoughts on Jon Stewart?
I love
I'm assuming they mean Daily Show, Jon Stewart, not the Green Lantern. Yeah, I really like him. I get where people are coming from when they talk about, like, the curse of Jon Stewart. Like, now every comedian has to be important, and we're a little oversaturated with it. But yeah, I mean, that guy, is so eloquent and so funny and so on point. That I'm still
Perfect timing too.
yeah. Even when he does interviews now, I'm like, oh my god, this guy is still so smart and so funny. I think even though you could argue pros and cons have followed after, the dude's still amazing.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What did you think of the actor that voiced Alex Guinness's Obi-Wan in Rebels? Personally, I think he did a great job capturing his voice.
I thought he was fine.
Yeah, no, I thought you did a good job too.
Zelmurin, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation might be a good episode of Freak Show Cinema. Dolls, 1987. Please look at this hidden gem.
I'm trying to think. I remember seeing it at the video store all the time. I don't think I've seen the movie. I should probably check it out.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, after Thor Love and Thunder comes out and you review it, you have to have Heather as Lady Thor in the review. And get this, call her Heathor.
Not that
Can
way.
you underact? Can you act like you don't give a shit, Heather?
Now we don't.
It might
know
be what we
yet.
need. We don't know yet, but if past is any indication.
I will wait. I will wait and see. I will be patient and see.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. I just released a new YouTube poop collab yesterday, and I swear there are about 5 Doug Walker jokes in it, including a Sparkle, Sparkle, Sparkle joke.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm in many a
sparkle.
YouTube poop.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, as much as I'm pumped for you to watch Amphibia, another Disney cartoon that's worth your time is Super Robot Monkey Hyperface, Hyperforce Go. It's like Power Rangers meets Teen
That's
Titans.
the porn parody.
Side note, my last username, Antaria, was named after one of the characters.
Cool. I've heard of that show. I haven't seen it. I literally just started Amphibia today because I finished Rebels yesterday. Sorry so far.
Orlando Garcia, thank you so much for that 23-month subscription. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
And they say, yay, one
Yeah.
more month, it'll be half a presidential term. Thumbs up.
Nice.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Similar question from earlier. Which Alec Baldwin performance was worse? His role as the perverted neighbor in Cat in the Hat or the creepy tiny conductor in Thomas and the Magic Railroad?
I mean, I believe him as the jerk in Cat in the Hat.
Yeah,
It's easy to believe him
I
as
was
the
going to say it
jerk.
is believable.
Where Thomas and the Magical...
The role he's born to play, the jackass.
Yeah, in the Railroad one, I'm just like, no, you're just putting on a silly voice. I'm doing something silly for the kid. It's like, no, I don't believe this for a second.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. No message, just the bits. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, can you explain why after the release of Return of the Jedi, people hated the Ewoks so much? Unlike Jar Jar, at least Ewoks are pleasant to look at and their voices weren't ear-piercing.
Well, they didn't have Jar Jar yet.
Yeah, we didn't have Jar Jar yet, so.
Well, especially because I think we had the first chunk with puppets, and then you have the last chunk with puppets too. It
There's
just
too
felt
many
very
puppets.
kiddish.
Clerks put it best. There's too many puppets in that movie. And on top of that, there is something about that middle section of the movie that just kind of drags on Endor. So I do not have the hate fest for Ewoks that a lot of people do, but I do think that some group of puppets needed to go in that. May as well be the Ewoks, but they're hard for me to take seriously.
Tenko, thank you for that 12-month subscription. That's a whole heckin'
Thank
year.
you.
Welcome back. Appreciate that. Smash
Thank you.
Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. What if Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina switched roles? I'm assuming they mean in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. I don't
Peter
think it would.
Parker, brilliant but lazy.
Yeah, I couldn't see that working. Horrible to say, especially at Molina's weight at that time. I couldn't see that working as the
No.
Green Goblin.
Now maybe, but he's older. No, I think they're both perfectly cast.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. What would y'all like to see done in the next Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy now post No Way Home?
I guess something with the Venom suit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with it because they both set up and also taken away so much. I'm like, all right, like so much of it is backwards, but that's also kind of exciting because I don't know where it's gonna go. So yeah, I'll wait and see.
Sly Rye, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you do music videos on Nostalgia Critics since you do commercials, shows, and movies?
music gets hit a lot harder than movies. Even sometimes when we get claims, it's for the music in the scene, not the actual movie clip.
Hmm.
I think I did one with like the Bartman or something like that, it's fine, but it's like it's not my first love. I love talking about movies and shows.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 250 bits. Oh, how's Buster and Chaplin doing, Doug? My cat Bonnie is improving. Still slipping and sliding, can't get her traction right, though, but she's still eating both dry and wet food.
That's good. I mean,
That's good. I hope
Buster's
she feels better.
Buster's healing up great and at a good pace and everything. I just hate that we have to keep him secluded. He has to still wear the cone and everything. But yeah, he's healing up fine. And like I said, I mean, you'd think Chaplin's the one that had the operation because he's complaining so much. But like I said, that this is really the most quiet he's been for a bit.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Any plans on tackling any of the Lego movies?
I wouldn't mind. Good.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna
which
say
one?
I wouldn't mind talking about the first one because I really do think it's a very impressive, animated movie in terms of the story and what they did. And I feel like so many movies are trying to do that now, like what they did, and sort of make something as kind of a commercial, like means something, but in a really clever, funny way. I might actually look at that again. Like probably enough time has passed.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Anybody here watched the first 12 episodes of the Cuphead show? My siblings and I binged them earlier this week, and gotta say, it feels great to have another cartoon and not just an animated show that acts quirky.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I see why some people were let down by it, because it's not what I think anyone would expect. It really is like one of those old-timey cartoons, kind of like an old Donald Duck cartoon, but I like old Donald Duck cartoons, so I didn't mind. But yes, I see a lot of people were probably hoping for more of an edge or an adult lean to it, and that's certainly not there. But it's still animated very well. It's still very creative, and like I said, I like that style, so I enjoyed it. But yeah, I didn't love it or anything.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite joke from Life of Brian? For me, it's the entire scene with the old guy defending his juniper bush from the crazy followers.
That's great. Oh, good.
I got two. One is, so what is he then? Well, he's the Messiah, the King of the Jews. So that's Capricorn, is it? But my favorite is because I use it all the time because people fall for grifters so easily. It's the, I say you're the Messiah, Lord, and I should know. I've followed a few.
I really like just one of the earliest ones where they're hearing Jesus talk and they're so far away, they're already misinterpreting what he said.
Let's have the cheese makers.
Yeah, why the cheesemakers? Well, clearly it's the maker of any dairy products. They are to be
not meant to be
like
taken literally.
Yeah, not meant to be serious. I mean, like, and they get it. They understand. You're just not smart enough or enlightened enough. And then they found out they misheard it. Like, that is so brilliant in like just a few seconds. I mean, there's so many brilliant things in that movie.
It summed up the issue that there was no problem with Jesus. It's just the idiots.
Yeah.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation, The Ant Bully and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. I've been wanting you to do those for so long. I'm curious what you'd say about them.
I don't know about Jimmy Neutron simply because I've never seen the show, and I know that show was on for a long time, and it got a following and everything. Maybe The Ant Bully, because people have recommended that to me, and I've never seen it, so I might check that one out.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 69 bits. So, Doug, did you see the She-Hulk trailer?
Yeah, I thought it looked okay. I agree with everyone about the CG, but to me, the Hulk CG always looks bad. So, yeah, I'm still open to it.
I gotta look this up. I'm sick
It's
of
not
just
like
hearing
awful. It's
No,
not.
but it's not good.
No.
I mean,
It's
like I
it's
said,
a TV show budget.
Like I said, just why didn't they just put her in green makeup and CG her bigger? I don't get why they had to CG the whole thing.
I got it
I don't
playing
get
in the
that.
background, so when she pops up, I just want to take a quick look here.
Hewlett Fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Which canceled film or TV show makes you sadder more than any other for it being canceled too early or never coming out?
Oh, just in general? There's a show long ago that was just starting to get really good. It's called Stark Raving Mad.
That was funny. Neil Patrick Harris and Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, as a Stephen King type writer and his agent, his kind of finicky agent, and they had a good chemistry, and the jokes weren't all great, but they hit just enough, good punchlines at that time. And it was before Neil Patrick Harris had like this huge resurgence. Like this was after, Doogie Howser, I think after Starship Troopers, but before everything else
yeah, okay.
started. Yeah, probably
I
before
did-
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, like I did like Firefly. That's
Mhm.
another one. I'll say the first Tick, the Patrick Warburton one was just getting really good, and then
Yeah.
they canceled it. So that one pissed me off.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you review Nickelodeon's Barnyard movie? It's my favorite Nick 3D cartoon.
That's another one I didn't see the show and people recommend the movie. Maybe down the line. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not that familiar with it. I don't know how well I would represent it because I know people grew up with the movie and the show.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I'm glad you enjoyed Moon Knight. It's my second favorite MCU series behind Loki. My question, what are your thoughts on the villain played by Ethan Hawke? Motive, performance, all that, without getting into spoilers, though.
I like Ethan Hawke in that a lot.
He was okay. It's the same thing with Peacemaker. It's not that it's bad. It's just, I've seen something like this before. But it's good. He does a good job and everything. I think he did good.
Really quick, I've seen worse CGI. I've seen a lot better though. That kind of looks like a PS4 game or something. It's kind of weird in Uncanny Valley. Why didn't they just? She looks about the same body type. Why didn't they
Height,
just?
yeah.
Yeah, like
that's
she
what I was
doesn't look
saying.
that different. So yeah, I hope they spruce that up a bit.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits, and I'm honestly not sure if I understand the reference, and I've seen the whole series. Not gonna spoil Moon Knight, but it's the song. Every day I wake up, then I start to break up. Lonely is
Oh.
a man without love.
It's funny because when I was younger, they played at a place I'd always have open campus lunch at in high school, and I could never hear the lyrics. It was always a little too soft. So when I saw the show, I was like, "Oh, that's what they're saying." Okay, so that was kind of funny.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits, and actually, we're gonna have to pick it up just a little bit.
That's
We're
right.
an hour
Yeah.
behind already. Would you
Gotcha.
guys do a stream dedicated for a YouTube tier list ranking all the MCU movies and TV series connected to the MCU, getting all the NC members to come and weigh in?
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, maybe.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. If you didn't like the first Rugrats movie, I feel like you might like Rugrats in Paris better. The movie is a lot more funny and memorable. Hopefully one day you'll look into it.
Yeah, I hear that in the Thornberry one is good too. So yeah, maybe I'll look into it.
Mercury, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Will you one day do an NC for Santa with Muscles and the 2016 Disney Channel remake of Adventures in Babysitting for Disneycember? P.S. You have to mention that she wears the same jacket as Elizabeth Shue.
I love the original, so if it sucks, I'm gonna rip into that one if we do it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, and then I haven't seen Santa with Muscles either, so I'll try to check them both out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which real casting choice is more bizarre? Chris Pratt as Mario or Jason Momoa as Frosty the Snowman?
Momoa as Frosty would be
That sounds
pretty
more
funny.
fun to me.
Yeah, I'm just imagining the snowman
Go
with the
Chris
beard
Pratt.
and the hair and everything. Yeah, Chris Pratt I still don't see.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Will you review another Don Bluth animated film this year? Possibly either Secret of Nim or The Land Before Time or Anastasia?
Yeah.
Great. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. A recent Watch Mojo top 10 list has made me aware of a sketch show named The Kids in the Hall. Are you guys familiar with it?
I
Yeah, we
used to
grew up
love
with
that
it.
show.
Yeah.
They came back, right?
There's something on
There's some
Amazon.
news
Yeah, I
or
saw them
something? Yeah.
advertising it. Yeah.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Well, that happened. Disney Plus has revived Daredevil.
Oh.
I hate it. Leave it alone.
Oh, the show? You
Yes.
wanna see
Thanks,
it
I
brought
hate
back?
it.
Yes. No, I mean, I like Charlie Cox's Daredevil, but like the Netflix show was good. Just stop. Don't remake
Stop?
it.
All right.
Stop it.
Oh wait, they're remaking
Oh,
it
they're
or are they
remaking it?
continuing?
I'm not 100%
Fuck
sure.
off if
The
it's a
news
remake.
the news literally just came out today.
Okay.
Just came out today.
If
The
they're continuing
rumor
it,
come
I wouldn't
out.
mind too.
Yeah. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, have you and your sister ever swapped places to mess with people? No, we haven't, because we don't look enough alike, in my opinion. We're not identical. We're just fraternal.
Well, I mean, but you did
Why
in
don't
that
you bring
top
your
5.
sister on?
Yes.
Put her in the same.
Yeah, see if
color
anyone
gray
notices.
hair you have, and yeah.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation, Meet the Robinsons.
Maybe it's weird. It's neither good nor bad enough to rip apart or really praise. So we'll see.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Chris Farley SNL sketch? It's easy to say Matt Foley, but I also love when he and Sandler did the Herlithy Boy commercial. Herlithy?
I like the Chippendale dancing. It was pretty funny with Patrick Swayze.
That was a great one.
Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. You guys really hate Good Burger? I find that movie hilarious.
You probably grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was well into my teens when that came out, and I'm like, this just isn't for me. I wasn't 10.
We were exact right age to hate it.
Yeah, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. You know what actor you haven't talked about that often? Bruce Willis. Now that he's retiring, perhaps one of his movies due for a review. Armageddon, The Kids, Sin City, maybe?
Well, it's your lucky week.
Yeah, we're literally reviewing one this week. I mean, I'm writing.
Just saw one yesterday.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, there are 2 commercials that I'd like you to talk about in the next commercial special: the McDonald's 2 all beef patties jingle and the Simpsons Butterfinger commercials.
I could probably
Somebody
do something
better lay a
with the
finger on
Simpsons.
my Butterfinger.
Yeah, I could probably do something with that. Yeah, I might do that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts about some reviewers' criticisms that the new phase of the MCU seems directionless? Because I'm having a blast, especially with the multiverse arc, and we don't know what the direction was going in phase 1, and it was a great surprise by phase 4.
I agree. The multiverse is the element that I think is breathing some life into it and making it stand out. So I'm actually all over that. Yeah.
I will say, to be fair to the new sets of films, though, we do forget the Thor 2s, the Iron Man 2s. There was a lot of crap, too, still in the original MCU. Took a while to get going.
Hewlett Fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Controversial TV opinion, but I hate Theon Greyjoy more than Joffrey or Ramsay Bolton. Yeah, he went through hell, but he's so annoying, cowardly, and useless as a character. He's probably the most pathetic of all Game of Thrones characters.
He's my least favorite, actually. Like, Joffrey, at least, like, for me, Joffrey was more entertaining to watch. Like, oh my God, what a little psycho. But yeah, I hated Theon.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation, The Raven 2012.
Don't know. I've seen The Raven 20. I didn't even know there was
the
one.
Corman film, The Raven.
Yeah. I'll try to check it out.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 10 bits. The Disney Plus Daredevil is being made with the writers of Deck the Halls attached as head writers and executive producers. Uh-oh. Again, leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Maybe they write really good dramas. Who knows?
Leave it alone. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Rob, can you say in your Christopher Walken voice, I don't go to Chuck E. Cheese to entertain kids. I hate children. I go to watch the mouse dance.
I don't go to Chuck E. Cheese to entertain kids. I hate children. I just go to watch the mouse dance.
Perfection.
Fall into a bucket of cream.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Kristen Skull character do you like more? Louise from Bob's Burgers or Mabel from Gravity Falls?
Don't make me choose. That's like picking between my kids.
Yeah, that's rough.
Probably Mabel, just because it was so focused on like Grunkle Stan and Mabel and Dipper, so there's more to her. Whereas Louise, it's a much bigger ensemble. I don't know. I really like them both. I like how psycho both of them are, actually.
In their own way. Yeah, originally I would have said Mabel, but now that there's so much more Bob's Burgers since it went off, it's like, I really like her connection with her dad. I think that's a really, really sweet, but still kind of crazy connection. Yeah. I love that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, it would be funny if you dressed as Lady D and your husband dressed as Ethan Winters, and at a con, you chased him around. Don't know if you'd be up for that. That feels a little weird, but I do have a Lady D costume.
She's wearing the fingernails right now. It's a little hard to type. But...
Your Extra Joe, thank you for the 50 bits. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a multiverse movie that looks at the madness of the new Doctor Strange and goes, cute.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty crazy. That
Yeah, there
that was
wasn't
one
enough
we-
multiverse in Doctor Strange. I thought there was
really
gonna be a
isn't.
little more.
Yeah.
I love the direction from Sam Raimi, but it was not a spectacular story.
Zelmurin, thank you for the 50 bits. Nostalgiaween recommendation for this year, Christine, 1983. This movie is fucking awesome, and I'd like to see you gush about it.
Maybe it's a lot of fun. I don't know what I could add to it that'd be new, but we'll see.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, as much as I enjoy the Nostalgia Critic, I can understand the desire to retire someday. My only request is never stop discussing movies. Your point of view is unique, funny, and educational. Please keep that up in some way.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll kill him off again this time for good. At some point. But
When we
I
decide
agree.
we're done, he's gonna stay dead.
But yeah, I do. You're right. I do like talking about movies. I'm sure I'll always be talking about them in some way or manner because yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Chevy Chase freakout scene do you like more? The car scene in Vacation when his family wants to leave, or the scene where he's snubbed for a bonus in Christmas Vacation?
They're both really great, and one is clearly playing off of the other.
I like the car scene because it's just like we're having so much fucking fun. We're gonna be whistling "Sippity Doo" out our assholes. Aha! But I love the ending to the other one where it just goes "Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?" So if you could fuse the two together, maybe.
Yeah.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, did you hear Jimmy Neutron's dad is going to be playable fighter in Nick All-Star Brawl? It's befuddling. It's like making another DC Comics fighting game and putting in Jimmy Olsen instead of Superman. It's solely for the memes. It is 100% solely for the memes.
Oh, does he have a lot of memes? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm a wet sailor. Thank you for the 1,500 bits. Appreciate that. Coming from a 9-month deployment, I go back to watch your reviews and think, how many bits can you do until you run out of ideas for your sponsorships?
I'm not entirely convinced I haven't. I mean, those are literally just me panicking, not knowing what to do. I'm just like, I don't know this, because it's like the last thing I shoot.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for all of you. What actor do you think had the greatest performance at acting or at playing multiple roles in one film? Personally, I give a slight edge to James McAvoy in Unbreakable franchise. Oscar Isaac in Moon Knight is a very close second.
Those are both pretty good.
I gotta go Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, a tie between all three of those.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't hate superheroes anymore after just watching Avengers Endgame on Disney Plus because I realize the appeal now, it's about taking something overly ridiculous, childish, and turning it into an epic genre that takes guts. Now all I'm waiting for is Tinky Winky origin story where he has a pink cape under the TV screen to save the day from the red sun.
God damn it. Let's make this happen.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. One of my favorite NC moments is from the Cartoon All-Stars review when Bugs Bunny just picks up a joint and Doug lightly slaps his forehead.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, that's the first review I ever did, I think, or second one.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. Aside from Nicolas Cage and National Treasure, what acting performances would you say actually saved the entire movie? The one I can think of is Jack Black in School of Rock.
That's pretty good. I'm just gonna argue like there were some funny Sonic bits in Sonic 2, but overall, like Jim Carrey carries that movie.
Yeah, that's why it's called Carrey. Man, I'm sure there
Liar,
are some
Liar. That's another one.
Yeah, that
Jim
one's pretty
Carrey's
well
in my
written
head.
too. Yeah, I'd have to really think about it.
Selmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Ever seen or heard of the animated series Dan Versus? It has the starring talents of Curtis Armstrong and Dave Foley. It's a weird Adult Swim type show that aired alongside My Little Pony.
No, never heard of that one. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Rob, could you please recite the classic Santa Christ quote, "Is it secret? Is it safe?"
Is it secret? Is it safe?
Love it. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, if the other NC crew were Pokemon gym leaders, what type of Pokemon would they have? And in what order from earliest to hardest would they be in from 1st to 8th? I don't think I can do that last part, but I can speculate on some of the others. Rob is obviously doing some ghost types. Ghost poison. Doug, I feel like would be like an electric type trainer because you just have a lot of energy. Tamra might be psychic. Malcolm would be fighting types, or it would just be Incineroar. That's it. All he would have is Incineroars. Or those Pokemon that just look a little too sexy, you know what I mean? And I would be a water type trainer. Bad Motivations, thank you for that 29-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you guys think about Pixar sprucing up the first Toy Story? By which I mean remake it with the crisp, clean CGI nowadays. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Granted, they keep the original dialogue, that is.
I mean, it'd be a cute experiment, but I don't think it needs to be done.
I think at the price it would take, it probably wouldn't be worth it for them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jim and Walter. I'm sorry, guys. We're still an hour behind, so I'm just trying to blast through these. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Let me guess, the review next week is Tombstone.
Say when. Yeah.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you and James ever cosplayed or considered playing as each other? James in the bowler hat and tie, and you in his nerd shirt. Swapping specific personalities, too. That'd be hilarious.
I don't think so. No, it might be a funny idea.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. Why is it when I play Final Fantasy VII, Cloud is so depressing despite the name sounding like a harmless cloud, but when I play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on PS1, I listen to Psycho Vision by the band called Suicidal Tendencies, I suddenly get raw energy and urge to headbang at full life. Isn't that weird?
It is.
Yes. Yes.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Who has the best variant in the MCU so far? For me, it's a tie between Lady Loki and Spider-Man variants.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll go with the Spider-Man ones.
Yeah.
The ones in the Spider-Verse, specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon Heroes, thank you for the 100 bits. By the way, Doug, apparently Disney is planning to do 2D films again.
I heard that. I love to see
I hope so. Yeah.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Question for all, which Jackass member would you guys join in a drink with? For me, it's a toss-up between Chris Pontius Danger, Aaron, Dave England, and Wee Man. Sorry, I don't know.
Wee Man seems cool, but Knoxville seems like a cool guy. It'd be fun to get a drink with
Probably
him.
Knoxville. Or the camera guys.
That's true. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. What are your top 3 favorite John Hughes written movies?
Home Alone, Planes, Trains, Automobiles. Another one. Man, I don't know. Oh, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, actually, I would pick those 3 exactly.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you guys know that the guy who voiced Goliath from Gargoyles and the guy who voiced Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog, not going to say who they play, just know they are in.
They are in. I mean, it's Keith David.
David, yeah.
But yeah.
He's amazing.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that they're on Disney Plus, will you do the Netflix Marvel shows for Disney-cember?
Maybe. I have to find time to watch them because I've only seen like the first season of most of them.
Danny R., thank you for the 50 bits. You remember the time you called the movie Milk Money a festering pile of garbage? That was awesome.
Yes. I
Good
sadly
times.
remember it too.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I know this sounds mean, but I actually hope the Mario movie isn't a massive success. By that, I mean I don't want it to reach Infinity War numbers because I'm just not that confident in a few of the cast members' final product. Not saying it should be a dumpster fire, it should be a Spider-Man Homecoming levels.
Not going to reach Infinity War numbers.
No, but I'll wait and see what they do with it. It's such weird casting that I think they have some sort of weird idea.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Sorry, missed to put this in. They are in Amphibia.
Ah, okay.
For that last bit message with Keith, David.
All right, cool. Good to know. Well, yeah, I'll keep an ear out for him.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. One of the 3 main villains of Star Wars Rebels. Of the 3 main villains of Star Wars Rebels, who was your favorite? The Grand Inquisitor, the Seventh Sister, or Thrawn?
Thrawn.
Okay, Thrawn. Yeah, he got there.
Excuse me. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Are you guys familiar with the YouTube channel Daily Dose of Internet? If you're unaware, every single video is essentially Mother Nature or a person doing something neat or satisfying, skydiving, lightning inches away from a person, dogs being dogs, you name it.
I think I saw the lightning one. Yeah, I have seen that. It was pretty cool.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, I don't know if you remember this 90s buddy cop movie called Stakeout Part 1 and 2, starring Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez, but I was wondering if you could do a review on these underrated buddy cop films.
I saw the second one.
We saw Stakeout 2 in the theater, and we never saw the first one because we were too young.
Yeah, I don't think it would get the numbers we need.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, your timing to watch Amphibia is stellar. The series finale aired last Saturday, and it left me speechless for a while in the best way. I hope the show gives you a similar experience.
Cool, yeah, can't wait.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was scarier, R. Lee Emery in Full Metal Jacket or J.K. Simmons in Whiplash?
You know, I never saw Whiplash, so...
Boy,
I can't
J.K.
answer.
Simmons is pretty terrifying in that. Probably like maybe Arlie or me, but that's rough.
Horace, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Doug, 3 questions. Excuse me. 1, when did you review the last 2 seasons of Rebels? 2, have you changed your mind about Kanan? 3, what do you think about Ciri's connection with Mortis gods? Father, son, daughter, you know, the temple, etc.
Oh, I thought that was interesting. I like that. I still never got into Caden, man. Sorry, never happened. And I don't know. I'm thinking about just doing a Disney December for Rebels. If I do another video, I'll just be combining the 2 seasons. Oh, Chaplin wants me to throw something. Go ahead and do the next question here.
Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Don't know if you knew this, but there was one Goosebumps episode that featured a young Hayden Christensen. And yes, he had the same funny, bland acting as in Star Wars.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. I never knew it was just Lucas or not.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of Thrawn, they put out 2 trilogy books surrounding the character set before the events of Rebels, both written by Timothy Zahn himself.
Yeah, that's why I was so
I
excited
heard about that. I'll have to check
for
them
that
out.
character. Yeah.
Hewlett Fan, thank you for the 90 bits. What is the biggest difference you've seen in a film between its production value and its actual quality? I mean, a film with really amazing visuals and music, but with just a really awful script, or the opposite, a film with terrible visuals and production value, but with amazing characters, dialogue, and story.
James
Mercy.
Cameron's Avatar springs to mind.
I remember seeing one called like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow,
yeah.
and it looked amazing, but it was so fucking boring. It was amazingly boring.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Last bits of the night, have any of you ever watched Shafrillis Productions reviews? I'm actually an editor for his vids. SHAFFRILLAS.
That was a lot. Oh yes. Yeah, I've seen some of this guy's stuff. Yeah, that little thumbnail reminded me. Yeah. No, I thought it was I thought some of the stuff was pretty good. I haven't seen a ton, but what I saw I do remember liking.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, who would win in a fight between the Cheshire Cat and Puss in Boots?
Cheshire Cat, because he can fucking disappear and all that shit.
It's true. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was more out of line, the mom in Turning Red or the grandma in Encanto?
Mom and Turning Red was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but in Encanto, I mean, she's just outlining
Yeah.
music. That's even crazier. That's just to serve the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably the grandma in Encanto.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Good news, everyone! Riverdale has officially been canceled. Praise Jesus. Listen, some of us find comfort in the awful, awful cheese of Riverdale, okay?
I mean, I
7
think that-
seasons was not enough for this
Definitely.
just absolute...
I just love
Masterpiece.
the Futurama reference. Good news, everybody! Riverdale has been cancelled.
I mean, it was meant to be kind of bad, though, right?
Yes.
It's always okay.
I wasn't
Yes.
watching it, so I couldn't tell you.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. OMG, I just saw a Twitter post about the 2 women and the 1 man from the distracted boyfriend meme doing a 10-year recreation of said meme, and it's the best thing I've seen today. Oh, second to you fellows, that is.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, you literally do the meme with that meme, and then us is the the Joe's girlfriend. That's funny. I gotta check that out.
Yeah. Okay, and we can take a little bit of a breath here because we went from a hour to 20. So I guess there was just a big
All right.
chunk where people weren't asking questions, which is fine, guys.
Gotcha, okay.
We're good. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you know what did you know that George Carlin narrated a lot of episodes of Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah, I heard that. I never seen the show. I hear the show's actually pretty good and deals with heavy stuff, which
Maybe
I would have assumed, but
conductor or something.
yeah, he's like the train conductor. Yeah, I think.
Just to be clear.
Or no. Ringo wasn't he? Or did they switch it out?
Oh, maybe he's the engineer. I don't know. Never mind.
They may have switched it out because I remember Ringo episodes.
Hmm.
Just to be clear, I do not actually think Riverdale is a masterpiece. It is an absolute trash fire. Chad is
Oh
like,
yeah.
like it's an absolute trash fire, but I can't look away from it.
No, but yeah, it's a hilariously
Heather,
bad
you were
trash fire.
supposed to be the chosen one.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you ever still speak to Team 4-Star? I remember their cameo in your Baby Geniuses 2 review where you read 50 Shades of Grey and Stupid Voices in the hotel room. Hilarious. And what about Rachel from your Son of the Mask review? Do you still speak?
Yeah, every once in a while. I haven't talked to Team 4-Star. Sorry, Chaplin's behind me. I haven't talked to them like in a really long time, but I want to say I saw them at a con or something like that, and they were still really cool. I think Malcolm's more in contact with them than I am. Actually, the voiceover crowds I think overlap a lot more. Yeah, and we still see Rachel every once in a while too. So yeah, no, she's always fantastic.
Okay, here's some clarification about Thomas. Ringo Starr was the narrator and Mr. Conductor in the UK. George Carlin was in the US.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. Huh.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you guys hear about the "Did your husband give it to you" line in the first Spider-Man being sent? What? Sorry. Did you guys hear about the "Did your husband give it to you" line in the first Spider-Man being censored on TV?
I mean that's not surprising. they on TV they censor a lot of stuff already anyway. My favorite that I've heard in an older movie was where they replaced "son of a bitch" with "slug in a ditch." I love that one. Yeah,
Son of a Mick was one I like.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for everyone. How does it feel to know you have such a great and loving community, which your review show usually give us an oasis to relax and laugh in the time and day we now have? I'm glad.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I mean, we just did this as a hobby, and the fact that not only can we make a living out of it, but like people are like really feeling good watching it and stuff like that. I mean, it means the world, man. It's I mean, really, and we really can't do it without y'all watching, man. So thank you so much again.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, I'm planning to take Bonnie to the vet on Saturday morning so we can see what we can do about the slipping and sliding and such. Fingers crossed and lots of thoughts and prayers that everything goes well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope it goes well.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug Amphibia, fun fact, Hop Pop, Sprig's grandfather, is voiced by Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy.
Yeah, I found that looking through the IMDb there. I thought that was really cool.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the most WTF film or movie you've ever seen? A show that just leaves you laughing or in awe at how random it is. For me, it's gotta be Xavier Renegade Angel, any Monty Python film, or even Galleon. Pure acid shroom trips.
What was that Misty one they did first season of the new one? Space Crash?
Oh, Star Crash. I think
Star Crash. I never laughed so fucking hard, particularly when Christopher Plummer showed up, and you could just tell he was just there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And trying to deliver these lines seriously, like every single minute of that movie, I just was losing it.
Hewlett fan, oh, I just read that, sorry. Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite bum review video? I personally love the Up review. Bird!
Man, I'm trying to think. Maybe the one where he saw Sex in the City because he just somehow walks out in high heels and a Gucci purse, and he has no idea how. Like he didn't steal it or anything. Just like when he leaves the movie, he just has those things. Because when I saw it, I mean, I was like one of maybe 3 dudes in that audience, so I'm like, all right, I should comment on this.
New Saw, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi everyone, I'm sure this has already been requested, but for Nostalgia Ween, could you review Carrie 2013? Also, today's my birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy
Still not
birthday!
reviewing Carrie. But I won't review Carrie because I saw it and it was just meh. I couldn't get much out of it.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Since you reviewed Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, is a review of Bordello of Blood possible for the future?
No, because nobody watched Demon Knight. I guess that movie really doesn't get as much love. I always hear it has a following, but like anyone that does a video on it, nobody ever watches it. It's a shame. I really do like that movie.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Doug, will you check out a TV spot for Anastasia VHS I recommended for you? It's a 1 minute in, and it's a bunch of women eating Chinese and just praising the movie and such. It's a whole lot of 90s corny cheese.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Amphibia fun fact. The reason the creator Matt Braley chose frogs for this world is because one of the themes of the show is change. Anne enters Amphibia one way and exits a different person. Frogs start small and go through great change.
Don't spoil it for me, spoilers. No, that's cool to know.
NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, again, keep this. Amphibia is very similar to the MCU Spider-Man films, playing a long game with its grand story. I think by the time you finish the first season, you'll be hooked.
That's kind of what I'm gonna say. It's already kind of done like Steven Universe and Star and stuff like that, and Gravity Falls, where I'm like, okay, I know this style. It definitely starts off very kid focused. It doesn't seem like there's too much for adults, but I know as it goes on, there will be more, I'm sure.
Cheesecake, thank you for the 1,500 bits. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you checked out the new Kids in the Hall series yet? They've still got it. I'd highly recommend.
No,
I
I just
seen
saw
the
it.
new episodes yet.
Yeah, I just saw it advertised on
want to.
Amazon. I didn't even know. I was like, is it a reunion? Is it an actual sketch show again? Like, what is it? So, yeah, I'll check it out. Hopefully soon.
Echo Whale, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, which do you think is worse? The worst episode of Legend of Korra or the best moments of Last Airbender 2010? I definitely say the best moments of The Last Airbender.
It is worse? Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. NZ Multiverse, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, in your Avatar 2009 review, you mentioned examples of good world building in either unique worlds, characters, or both. Pretty confident you'll add Amphibia to the list of successes at both, especially for its originality.
Oh my god, we'll watch Amphibia!
He's already watching it.
Amphibia's like PR people? Yeah, no.
Are we getting spammed by Disney bots?
The Silver Median, thank you for the 50 bits. Where would y'all rank the remakes from the 80s?
Oh.
The Blob, The Thing, or The Fly, and why?
Oh, The Thing, then The Fly, then The Blob.
Me too.
I think they're all pretty good though. Like,
yeah.
But those are my favorite in that order.
Yeah, The Thing just, it's not only a good story and everything, very suspenseful, but
Amazing.
the effects are, like, mind-blowing, like, even today.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I didn't read ahead enough on that question. I was like, the remakes, what?
I thought you were talking about, like, the Batman, the Suicide Squad.
Streamlord, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if you do end up reviewing the 2015 Goosebumps, you gotta have a story in the review where a bunch of the past NC characters are released from a prop in the prop room. It would fit the theme of the movie.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, we'll see.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever heard of an animated movie called Dot and the Kangaroo? It came out in 1977 from Australian animator Yoram Gross and has animation in the front of live backgrounds. There are other sequel films which have subtle nature and environmental messages.
Okay, funny story. That was one of those weird, like, you grow up with something, like, you remembered from your childhood, like really early, and you hunt for it the rest of your life. Like, did that happen? Do I remember this? And I remember this girl riding around a kangaroo and this stupid little song about riding around in the pocket of a bush kangaroo or something. And it was only like 10 years ago I rediscovered it, and I'm like, oh my god, that was it. That was the thing I remember from when I was fucking 5.
I found, because there's a couple movies I found the one where they're building like a highway, I guess. I'm like, I'm so excited to watch this again. I put it on. I didn't remember a thing about it aside from that song.
Lord Washington, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever thought about revisiting old movies you reviewed with your changed tastes?
Yeah, or even different style, because in the old days of YouTube, you could only do 10 minutes. So I'd love to do, like, Mario Brothers again, or, like,
do
the Ninja
Wizard,
Turtles. Yeah. Wizard, I feel we got pretty good, even in that short amount of time, but maybe we could. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing them again.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Ringo narrated the British version of Thomas, while George Carlin narrated the American version of the show before being replaced by Alec Baldwin.
There we go.
There we go. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think about the teaser for Skydance Animation's first movie, Luck?
Oh, I was liking it okay until the spunky kid walked in. I was kind of like, oh, I guess this is the route it would go. Yeah, but we'll see. Obviously, I love Simon Pegg, so I'll be curious to see what they do.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I know Stanley Ipkiss is your favorite Jim Carrey performance, but what would you say are your other two in your top three?
I know mine would be Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I'd probably say Kaufman, even though I make fun of his method acting. I mean, I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Truman Show. I guess I'll go with that.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. I don't agree with censoring the line from Spider-Man. What they should have done was edit it to have Bonesaw say, "Keep my husband's name out of your fucking mouth."
I don't get it either, so actually I would prefer that.
Jemison Ballad, thank you for the 50 bits. If you had to survive on an island for 10 days and had to team up with a horror or slasher villain, who would you team up with?
Freddy Krueger, because everybody's got to sleep at some point.
On an island with like other people, or it's a weird.
If you had to survive on an island for 10 days and you had to team up with a horror villain.
Yeah, I guess it'd be Krueger, because he could just be like, oh, let's just dream coconuts. Here he goes, dream a boat. Here we go. I don't know. Let's do that.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Important
Plus, Jason can't swim. Just throwing that out there. And you're on an island.
It's true. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Important question. How do you make nudity unfunny? I feel like such a thing isn't possible. Bare butt cheeks are always gangbusters.
I'm in complete agreement. I'm trying to think of a nude scene that I didn't find hilarious that was meant to be funny. So
I was gonna say I can think of some that were not meant to be funny that were very effective and not being funny. But yeah, in terms of not being, I mean, that is kind of true. It's pretty hard not to laugh at just like something you're not expecting to see, just suddenly like, whoa. Yeah, I guess I agree.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Excuse me. Is Rise of Skywalker really the worst Star Wars movie for you guys? Are we forgetting about Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones?
Attack of the Clones is worse.
If I had to do a tier list, like Phantom Menace would be in the D or like probably D range, but Attack of the Clones and Rise of Skywalker both would be in the F tier.
I agree. Matthew, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you consider reviewing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? I watched it for film class, and the difference between what I saw and what I've heard about it makes me feel weird.
I mean, you know what? We were talking about movies saved by the acting. I'll say
that's
that
a
one.
good example. All the performances in there are great.
Yeah, and the script is a very standard fight the man, the authority, us the poets are misunderstood. I mean, that is just textbook. But
Damn,
the acting,
Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah, and the directing is really, really good. So yeah, that's probably about the most I can do in terms of an NC review. Though I don't think I can add too much more.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you ever review Chaplin? This is referring to the biographical film of Charlie Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr. as Chaplin.
Well, I haven't seen that in years.
I remember it having a good like attitude to it. Like, wow, this feels heavy, this feels good and everything. But so much of what they were saying, like even as a kid, I'm like, that's not how that works. There's a lot of stuff in terms of the filmmaking that's like, wait, no. This took a lot of preparation. He didn't just run on set and then do some wacky stuff. I mean, this took a lot of planning. But I also haven't seen it since I was a little kid, so maybe I should watch it again.
Mercury, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, you've done Doug reviews on every Paranormal Activity except the last one, Part 7, Next of Kin. Does the streak stop here?
Sure, they just get worse and worse. So I don't even think it was worth it. I didn't even know one came out until Brad told me. I was just like, what? Oh, and he's like, yeah, I think they just made a Paranormal Activity at the last minute.
Okay, see, OKC Rules, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I have 2 questions. Thoughts on Shaun of the Dead and favorite Christopher Waltz performance. My favorite is Inglourious Bastards.
Mine's Inglourious Bastards too. Like I don't think I've seen a performance where he just like made that damn movie.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I do have a soft spot for Alita as well.
He was perfectly cast. In
Specifically when she's like, did you make these skates? He just goes, yes. I'm just like, oh my God, you're melting my heart right now. That was amazing. For the exact opposite reason you love him as in Inglourious Bastards. And what?
I love Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah,
that movie's amazing.
It's really good. I'm not a zombie movie guy, so when it actually turns into a regular zombie movie, I lose interest a little bit. But I know it's paying homage to it. It's becoming exactly what it's satirizing. So it's very clever. I've just never been that huge into zombie.
I'll go down to the Winchester, have a pipe, wait for this all to blow over.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who would you trust more to watch your pets while you're on vacation? Vigilante from Peacemaker or Cliff from Doom Patrol?
I
would say Cliff, because I feel like Vigilante would, like, torture them on purpose.
Yeah, Vigilante's pretty unhinged. Cliff would just fuck up.
And he would forget.
He wouldn't do it maliciously.
I feel like if Cliff fucked up, somewhere down the line, he'd find some sort of time machine or time altering thing that he would make it better at least.
Or he'd at least attempt to buy a new one, even if even if the colors were completely wrong, and he'd be like, I just dyed it. Sure, this is your fish. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, now will you do a review on Chaplin, your cat?
Pain in the ass right now. Like I said, just see he's like, play with me, play with me, play with me. It just hops in my lap again to sleep, and it's like, yeah, like I say, he's been a little annoying this week.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Question to all, which 3 movie characters would you be stuck on a deserted island with?
The dude from The Big Lebowski.
Catherine Zeta-Jones from The Haunting, Catherine Zeta-Jones from Zorro, and Catherine Zeta-Jones from American Sweethearts.
I'll take Catherine Zeta-Jones from Zorro. Need some eye candy. And I'm going to go Penny from Inspector Gadget because I feel like she'd build a way off of that damn island.
Yeah, I guess the professor from Gilligan's Island never did that.
No, not the professor from Gilligan's Island.
You mean like radios, but yeah, not a boat.
He could build a nuclear bomb out of a couple of coconuts. Can't fix a goddamn hole in a boat.
Mercury, thank you for the 100 bits. Rob, what was your take on the Dune remake?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought people weren't going to like respond to it or like it because like there's so much in the books that if you read the book, you know what's going on, but that they just kind of didn't bother explaining. But maybe that was I was joking with my wife. It was like, they finally figured it out. The best way to adapt Dune is to just not bother adapting it. So it kind of ran on a lot of emotion. But I liked it a lot. So I can't wait for the next one.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you review My Fellow Americans? It's basically a buddy cop film with 2 ex-presidents from opposite parties who hate each other and have to work together to uncover a cover-up and avoid being killed. It stars the late Jack Lemmon and James Garner. Dan Aykroyd is in the film too. I like the picture. A couple of current former presidents in those roles.
I heard it's not good. I remember when it came out. Also, I don't think anyone would click on that video, so probably not.
Big Mac, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you guys aren't Harry Potter fans, but if you had to pick a favorite character, who do you think it would be?
Snape.
Luna Lovegood.
Ooh,
easily.
Luna's a great choice.
And Snape is good. I really like Hagrid, and I like Neville Longbottom.
Nice.
Who's the lunar one? I'm sorry.
Luna Lovegood. The Ravenclaw. She like runs the magazine.
And
she's
evil,
got
like
creepy. The creep. No, not the evil one. The creepy, crazy blonde-haired chick.
She's got blonde hair. She wears the weird glasses.
Oh,
she's weird as fuck, and I find that always awesome.
Okay,
yeah. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what is your opinion on America's Sweethearts?
Oh, the movie. So I actually never saw it. I just remember from the trailer that Zeta Jones looked really good in it, so I just went with that.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. I know Thanos said you should have gone for the head, but why didn't the Avengers just try to cut off his hand?
To quote Pitch Meeting, because then there would be no movie.
Yeah. That's another one that was like in the Multiverse of Madness. There's a ton of times where people are like, well, why didn't they do this? Why didn't I'm like, because it's a fucking comic book movie, and that's why we like comic book. But it's like I always give a little bit of leeway on some of this stuff. It's like gods exist in this world. There's like a million things that
Not
could happen
doing
with
the
this.
obvious, so we can have a movie as tight.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. If Firestarter doesn't work out for Nostalgia Ween, could I recommend The Mist? A movie I'd say was saved by its ending.
Oh,
You know, people either love that ending
I
or
hate that movie
ending.
so fucking much. And I hate that ending so
yeah.
fucking much.
It's funny because I know how it ends because everybody's talked about that ending. And I've never seen the movie, and I do have it on the list because people love to talk about it.
I laughed at that ending and then got up and said, baloney, and stormed out of the room. I was watching it at a friend's house.
So I wouldn't mind seeing it just to see what people are talking about, just for my own opinion. Yeah, I might do that for Nostalgia Ween.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Is there a chance you could review one of the Pizza Hut Pizza Head commercials? They are similar to the Mr. Bob sketches, and there's even a Goosebumps one.
Similar,
Mr.
they're a direct ripoff.
The Mr. Bill sketch, you mean, right?
Yeah, I think they mean.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's right.
Yeah. No, I always have it on the list because I'm always about to, and then I find other commercials I want to do, and I have to shelve it. But yeah, it's always one of those where I'm just like,
I mean, they amuse me, but I also like Mr. Bill on SNL. So
yeah. But it's just so where it's like the exact same thing, and there's no like little homage or dip. I mean, unless did the same people write it? Like, I don't know. It's really strange.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. If Quest for Camelot was made by Disney instead of Warner Brothers, do you think it would have been better or at least passable?
Yeah.
probably
I mean, because they
passable,
do.
at least.
Yeah, because they do so many rewrites and reshoots and reworkings and stuff like that. The one thing, the more I thought back on, the songs in it are both really good and really bad at the same time, but mostly good. Because when you think about like the prayer is from that, the opening song with the Celtics really good. I got a soft spot for what was it? The Alone song. I Stand Alone. And then it's like the comic relief song is really bad. But it's like, man, that's like 4 songs and only one of them's like legit really bad. I'm like, it's actually pretty impressive. And one of them is still sung like by, pop singers and stuff today. It's like a classic song and people forget it came from that movie.
Really quickly, Showed and BG, type in Mr. Bill SNL in Google, and I'll tell you exactly where the Pizza Hut commercials came from.
Yeah.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Rob, I gotta say, I share your pure hatred for Mamma Mia. I have a sister who loves that movie, and I cannot even look at her sometimes.
Change your name. Like, you shouldn't even have to share the same last name. Like, it just you don't need that in your life. You just don't.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's all the bit messages, so we can shift over to some highlighted today.
Okay.
Woo-woo.
Man, we were like going so fast. And
I
then, like,
panicked
up
so
quick.
hard because we were like, we were an hour behind for like 30 minutes, so I panicked very hard.
It's so weird.
Um,
But cool.
Hewlett fan says, would you be interested in seeing a new animated Batman film with animation similar to Spider-Verse? Batman Enter the Batverse?
I wouldn't say no.
I mean,
Yeah.
Flashpoint has a similar idea, or if you watched the, oh my gosh, the CW did, why can't I think of it right now? The CW did it. I keep wanting to say Multiverse of Madness, and that's 1000% incorrect.
Oh, the one that had like the Flash in and stuff, right? Or
Yeah.
No?
And Kevin Conroy's in it. Crisis! Jesus Christ. Yes,
There you go.
Crisis. Crisis on
Jesus
Infinite
Crisis.
Earths. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I don't know why my brain farted on that one. It's because the panic is still coursing through my veins. So yeah, you have similar ideas there. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, will you ever review Mamma Mia? Here we go again.
I probably won't review it, but I should see it because a lot of people say it's legit good. So I'm really curious how they do that. Killing Off
believe it.
Streep is a great start.
Seb Play says, please give me hope that you will someday review the whole Back to the Future trilogy.
I
What do you
might.
It's such a perfect movie. I don't know what
Yeah,
you
no,
say
but
about
that's
it.
the thing. You could point out all the little things that it did and everything. But again, I feel like it's all stuff everybody knows. I don't know what I could bring to it. So probably not, but I don't know unless I think it's some sort of interesting angle.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. I know Garbage Pail Kids is still the worst of the worst, but what would you say is the second worst movie you've ever seen? Not just reviewed, but seen, period.
I mean, you could go for something like Manos, or just for how poorly made it is. But
I mean, Cat in the Hat is up there.
yeah,
A lot of the worst I've seen are stuff we reviewed. Hated Gem.
Oh, the like stuff like Food Fight was really terrible.
Yeah, that was really bad. Oh, the Rhapsody Christmas.
Oh,
Street
yeah.
Kids, yeah, that was
Street
really
Kids,
bad. Yeah.
Party Crasher, thank you for the 100 bits. Random, but what are your thoughts on the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies? Third one's apparently still happening.
Oh, I saw the
Yeah,
first
all
one.
right.
I haven't seen the second one, so I should get around to it.
J-Star Otaku says, have you heard of Spy X Family? It's a new anime from the spring lineup, and it's absolutely hilarious. The father is a spy and forms a family where the mother is an assassin and the daughter is a telepath. Best anime of the year so far.
Haven't
Neat.
seen it.
Yeah. Looks funny.
Matt Gamer asks, would you be interested in playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 story mode? It too is canon. Also, hi Rob.
I love the fast. Hi Rob. I forget what's there's one other Star Wars game we're playing, and I forget what it is.
Yeah, we
They're
should
doing, like, a
talk, because I'm not
re-release.
sure if I remember what you're talking about. But we'll
Well,
talk.
I thought there was like a re-release or something, but maybe I'm nuts.
We'll talk.
Okay.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 100 bits. Time for a game of disappearing brain cells. Happens to the best of us.
Game of
Brain cells.
Disappearing Bears.
Ashtray X, thank you for the 123 bits. So I wanted to ask, oh no, I think they pressed enter too early because it just says, I wanted to ask if you could,
Tell my wife I'm not.
Let's just say no, because we don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'll look in the chat and see if the question gets finished. Hewlett fan says, which film series do you want to end more than any other? Not necessarily a bad film series, just a film series that is so by its sell-by date, it just needs to be put out of its misery.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, like
Star Trek. I mean,
mean,
Star Wars, we may be halfway there. It sounds like they've hung up a lot of their movie ideas now. It's all TV.
Yeah, maybe Star Trek, because everything they've been doing with it just hasn't been that interesting. And I'm starting to wonder, it's like, okay, have we reached it? Have we reached everything we can do with this idea? Because there's so many spin-offs and so many shows and movies and stuff. So maybe that, because I don't know how you would bring life
I agree
back
with
to
Jurassic Park. I'd say after this one, just
Yeah,
stop. Halloween, absolutely.
R-Red says, Doug, if you ever do the Shrek movies, you should in particular read the development sections in the Wikipedia articles of Princess Fiona and Fairy Godmother Shrek. I think there's some interesting stuff there.
Oh, okay. I actually wouldn't mind doing the Shrek movies because I think they are interesting to talk about. I'm opening up a touch more on the first one because knowing a lot of kids grow up with that movie is kind of fun because I wouldn't really see it as a kid's movie, and a lot of people do. And I find that fascinating because there's so much stuff that's not appropriate for kids, but I kind of like that they're seeing it. They're getting kind of this dark humor. So it'd be interesting to review it from that angle now, knowing that like kids are growing up with it.
Party Crasher, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you guys actually like Stephen King? Also, have you read the novel The Running Man? Very different from the movie, especially the main character, not like Arnold in the slightest.
Oh yeah, I hear it's
yeah,
totally
well.
different.
I
And I love
Stephen King.
King.
It's just he's very hit and miss. He's got
Yeah.
a lot of tropes, and there's times where it's just like, what the fuck? So it just depends.
And the guy seems fucking awesome. Like anytime you talk to him,
The
like, oh
movie-
my
like-
god, I feel like you could talk to this guy for
A
hours.
lot of the Stephen King problems are just like his movies are not very good. Like the adaptations of his books are not very good a lot of times.
Lord R. Wolfen, I was going to say thank you, but it's just a highlighted message. Well, thank you for chatting. They say, for a palate cleanser between Disney games, I recommend Jax and Daxter. Also, it's going to be different knowing Rob won't be appearing that much on these streams, since we'll never know if he died, became a ghost, or was eaten by Doug. So, to remember this as I prepared a song, Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you?
I'm gonna haunt you for that.
And from that moment on, Rob was never seen on stream again.
I'm here and just throwing another thing for Chaplin.
That's fine. Jack says, next time you do a watch party, is there somewhere you can put a timer for where in the movie you are? Technically, no. The way that I don't even know how to describe it, but the way a watch party works is it works because Amazon Prime has a deal or is owned by, or Twitch is owned by Amazon. So Amazon Prime movies are fine to do that with on Twitch. There's some like legal issues with us telling people to watch the movie in a different place if they don't have Amazon Prime. So I can't just put up a timer in the corner because we're technically not supposed to be encouraging you all to do that.
Also, on top of that, we just had hard enough time just getting it to work normally, so you gotta get a timer on top of that. Ugh.
Yeah. Game Fan says, hello, Doug. I have 2 questions. Did you see the Megalovian, aka Sans theme, is now in DDR? I'm not kidding. It's real. Also, will you be watching the finale of Amphibia?
Well, I mean, I gotta watch the show for. I literally started the show today, so yes, but it'll be a hot minute. Yeah, it's crazy about that being on DDR.
Tulip Fan, thank you for the 85 bits. If the world was going to end one day and you had one day to watch all the films you wanted, which would you choose before you die? Also, what book do you want to see made into a movie more than any other? For me, it's Blood Meridian.
I like to see, well, and they're making one. I was going to say Animal Farm, but Andy Serkis is doing that. I'd like to see like a really faithful telling of the Jungle Book would be really cool. In terms of what movie would I like to see? I don't know. I feel like I've seen most of the ones that, I should see. I'm sure there's ones that I ought to, but, haven't yet. But top of my head, I can't think of them.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like, I've seen a lot of movies.
And this will be our last one. Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Well, hope to see you guys tomorrow's stream where Doug went from fighting one guy for 3 hours to soon fighting another guy for 3 hours. I mean, we'll see.
I hear there's an even harder boss, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate you being here. As I said, or we mentioned at the top of the stream, next week, we will still have the stream on Thursday, but the week after that, the first week of June, June 1st, this Q&A stream is switching from Thursdays to Wednesdays, and it will be from 6 to 8, not 5 to 7. These are all Central Time Zone.
Wednesdays.
Yes. And Tamra's streams will then be moved to Thursdays from 3 to 8. And I saw earlier people were asking if she was going to be doing Tamra's Never Seen. No, she's just going to be doing the streams like she normally does today, or not today, on Wednesdays, which is just gaming streams. So, yeah. Keep that, we just want to keep y'all in the loop. Give you some warning.
Yes.
So next week, still the same. The week after, no. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. Hopefully we will see you next week or tomorrow or Saturday or Monday, because you know what? We got content here 6 days a week. So you can be here basically every day except Sunday. And I'll be here. One of us will be here. So come on back, hang out with us. We always appreciate seeing you. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Bye-bye.